Brave Satanist Metalheads, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. If you're new around here, I'm GoreCore. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today we're going to have another music reaction, and today we are going to return to the band Blackbraid. We're going to check out their latest video for the track Celestial Bloodlust that comes off of their new EP, Nocturnal Womb. Now, if you're not familiar with these guys, they're based out of the States and they play black metal. It's been a while since I've touched these guys. I did do a reaction quite some time ago. I'm pretty sure I enjoyed it. It was definitely black metal. But I saw this pop up and thought, hey, let's get back to this band and see what they're doing, because it's been a hot moment. And of course, I don't like to just check out one song by a band. It's always nice to check out multiple songs to see how you feel about the band overall. But I will admit that I don't remember the other track very well, so it's been a little bit too long. But I'm definitely curious to see what we're going to get with this one. But before we get into this, I do have a favor to ask of all of you. If by chance you're a fan of indie horror, I recently released my debut horror short film, The Treatment and the Cure. You'll find a link in the description as well as right here. And I would love it if you could take a few minutes out of your day to check that out. I put a lot of work into it. Would like to do some more short films in the future, and hopefully one day a feature-length film. That would be absolutely amazing. So the support from all of you guys would definitely help make that happen. Of course, if you do watch it, please leave a like, a comment, share it with your friends, and just help spread the word. It would mean a lot to us and would help us out a ton. So with that being said, let's get back into this reaction and see what new Blackbraid is all about. Always a sucker for that beat. And there we have it. That was Blackbraid with Celestial Bloodlust, and I have to say I enjoyed this well enough. I've said this many times, but I'm typically not a huge black metal guy. While I very much enjoy black metal elements in my songs, just straightforward black metal really doesn't do a ton for me. And I will admit, in this case, while I enjoyed the song well enough, it's really probably not something I'm going to put a lot of time into. It did feel pretty standard. It's pretty much what I expect from black metal. You know, everything's hitting the notes here. You know, we got blast beats, we got some upbeat, which of course I'm a sucker for that, as I mentioned, so I do enjoy that upbeat feel for sure. You know, it's trimmed riffs, we got high screaming vocals, we got some corpse paint. It's basically black metal through and through, you know. So I don't have a whole lot to say about this, in all honesty. Like, I think it's good. Musicianship is great. If anything, I found it maybe a little bit repetitive, but this is the thing with black metal. A lot of it has to do with atmosphere. I'm more of a death metal guy and deathcore, stuff like that, because I like slamming riffs. So brutal slam, all that kind of stuff. I like these heavy, chunky, you know, headbangable riffs and stuff, and that's what I really get into. So with stuff like this, while it's intense, it doesn't have any of those moments. So I sometimes am kind of just like, okay, you know, I don't really know what to do with this. And again, I enjoy black metal. If it's on, I don't have a problem with it, but it's not really the sort of thing I'm like, hey, I need to throw that on right now. You know, it's not something that's calling my name. So I do think the musicians are doing a fantastic job. I think it's well written. I think everything about it's great. The video was fun. Very simple. It's mostly just a band playing. But I like the fact that they had the crowd right with them. So they're kind of immersed in there. It added a little bit of intensity to the video. And maybe, you know, is a good representation of what their fans are like. You know, and seeing them play live, of course, that would be on a stage. And this is a bit different. So not quite, but might give you some insight. So I think what they're doing is great. Just the style itself is not something I'm huge on. So objectively, it's fantastic. Band's doing a great job. I really don't have anything bad to say. And like I said, I don't recall the other track I reacted to too well, but I feel like I enjoyed that one more. Could be wrong. And this is the thing with music too. I can put the same song on today and think, this is all right. And then I can be in a certain mood tomorrow and put that same song on and be like, wow, this is actually really good. Or like, nah, not really feeling this. So I do feel like music and mood definitely play a part together. They definitely do for me. So again, that's why I say I'm very energetic. I like upbeat music. I like stuff that's very, you know, fast, and I don't really listen to a lot of slow stuff. And of course, this was intense, so it definitely has that going for it. But it's just missing something that, for me in general, I need. So again, if you took these elements and you put them with something else, maybe add a few chunky moments in there and stuff like that, well, then we have black and deathcore, I guess. So, you know, which is why you'll notice that I like a lot of that stuff, because I do like the mix. I'm an ADHD kid, so I like a lot of things going on. I think if something just carries on too much, like over and over again, I kind of get bored of it, maybe. So, and as a musician, I kind of know what goes into this. So, like I said, this is well done. I just don't think it's 100% for me all the time. Again, not that I won't check out other songs by this band, because this is one song, and I did enjoy it. I'm not tearing on the band here whatsoever, so I hope I'm not giving that impression. It's just not the sort of thing I gravitate towards. So while I respect this, and I think it's very well done and suits the genre very nicely, it's just not something I'm probably going to put a lot of time into myself, which can be said about a lot of black metal. I really don't listen to a lot of straight-up black metal. I used to listen to more of it when I was younger, but these days, really not so much. So yeah, very well done. If you're a black metal fan, let me know what you think about this. Is this a band that you enjoyed? Are they doing black metal right? I feel like if you are a fan of black metal, this is something that you would enjoy. I really don't see how you couldn't. And it's not like it's so over repetitive. Like there's bands like Burzum and stuff like that that I really can't listen to. I don't want a 7-minute song of 2 riffs over and over and over and over again. That is a snooze fest for me. And we're not getting that here. We're not that kind of repetitive. So yeah, like this is kind of middle ground stuff. So while it's just on the cusp of being too repetitive for me, it still did change things up. So yeah, you know, like I said, I think if you're a fan of black metal, this is something you would probably enjoy. And I don't dislike it. I'm just not going to invest time into it, I don't think. But yeah, if this is your first time hearing the band and you did enjoy this, go check them out. See what you think. And of course, if you do enjoy them, support them like any band that you enjoy. Now, if you have a moment to help support this channel, then please subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Impale that like button. And if you'd like to get our future updates, stab the notification bell down below for that. Also, don't forget about those socials down below. You can follow me on all of the major platforms. Of course, the original link is down there. I also do play in some metal projects myself, more in the death metal and deathcore, you know, genre. But there is black metal elements. So if you check any of that stuff out, I'd love to get some feedback from you. But first and foremost, if you can check out my short film, that would be fantastic. I would appreciate that so much. I hope everybody has an awesome day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cheers, everybody. Stay sick.